Yay.
Right.
All right, live from the Fern Bluff Mud Community Center. This is now in progress, now started for the Fern Bluff Municipal Utility District Board of Directors. The time is 6:08. Roll call directors. All directors are present with the exception of Director Smith. Director Stemko, would you like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance this evening?
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
All right. Thank you, Director Stemko. Do we have any citizens signed up for citizen communications?
Not today, sir.
Not today. All right. I'll mark that as done. Parks Committee, our landscaper's not here. Do we have any update?
No, they're tracking along. They're getting things taken care of. Green belts have shown some improvement, so we're doing okay so far.
All right. All right. Do we have any proposals? Any park proposals or anything? Okay.
No, sir, we do not.
We're going to cross that one off the list. Any items to be removed from the consent agenda?
Not at all.
Negatory. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Director Barnes.
I'll second that.
Second by Director Horton. All in favor? Consent agenda passes 4-0. Thank you, everybody. Director Barnes, do you want to handle the budget part of this meeting for agenda item 6?
I can at least get it started.
All right, let's do that.
Okay, so in your packets are the proposed 26-27 fiscal year budget. It's not a whole lot of changes. Some things have gone up. The water, Mr. General Manager, I think the water rate is going up, correct? And these prices, the water bill calculation price also includes about a 5% increase in garbage rates. And we talked about that last meeting. We also want to approve lowering the tax rate, not by much. I think the tax rate would go down, I think it's 0.178. And so, I mean, it's not much, but it's still going down. Like I said, there's not much changes. I mean, the budget's been looking good for a while, and we're just going to kind of keep it that way.
We are going to have an increase, I think, in the TCEQ fee. Is that right? Is it part of the MS4?
That the TCEQ fee is proportional to the water rates or water consumption. But yes, the MS4 is going up by a little bit. What I'm trying to
That's the stormwater drainage fee?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah, sorry, we use those synonymously, but the attempt on the stormwater rate is to actually have the revenue pay for the expense. Right now, we're subsidizing it slightly, but yeah, over the next year or 2 years, the plan is to bring those to where the expense will equal. We'll be bringing in what we're spending. So just to have them.
Just to refresh everyone's memories and tell me if I'm wrong, this is an unfunded federal mandate, correct?
Very much so.
So these are things to do to keep us in compliance with federal law that is
Yes, sir.
not funded by federal law. That's on us, the local governmental unit, to take care of, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, our last permit was, oh my gosh. Well, they're all 5-year permits, but we went into year 7 before we got a renewal. But that being said, we still had to comply with the old permit until the new one was approved. So we're in new permit now, and actually we have more stuff that we have to comply with. Just having events, a national night out, and doing cleanup, creek cleanups and that kind of stuff. So there's some expense involved with that. So we're just trying to bring that, at least bring it up slowly to where we're bringing in what we're spending. So I'm just trying to be responsible for it.
Should we consider a service fee for HOA usage of our parks? Just so we don't have to offset the cost, or to offset the cost?
I guess we could consider, but my thought honestly is, I mean, they're already taxpayers and they're already paying. I mean, the last thing we want to do is punish our taxpayers. I mean,
Yeah. Thank you.
So we're,
Yeah.
we're trying to be cognizant of, just being really good stewards and not spend more than necessary, just, in an effort to keep our taxes low. Water rates, same thing. I mean, those are going up, but not because we need more revenue. It's because we need to pay for the increases. So everything. This one's going to be a tight, very conservative budget, but we're trying to be good stewards and just be good for our residents and taxpayers.
The budget committee is recommending, despite the decline in home
Assessed
values,
valuations.
yeah, the valuations, we're still recommending a cut from 0.18 to 0.178. And then on this budget worksheet, does that total tax rate need to be collected to match that 0.178?
And we have a water rate increase and trash removal increase,
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the
And it's-
stormwater drainage
yeah.
fee increase, which we talked about.
and the
Yeah.
unfunded, but yeah, unfunded.
Yeah.
Do you know what the total average per person, per home, that would equal a year, that lowered tax rate?
Oh, the lowering of the tax rate?
Yeah. How much does that mean to
Oh, I
a
want to say it's
home?
about $38
38?
decrease. Don't quote me, but it's pretty close. It's not significant, but it's a decrease nonetheless. Despite the 2.5% decrease in assessed valuations, we will be pulling some money out of our reserve funds to keep us close to a net zero budget. But yeah, it's about the last time it was about a $38 decrease, so ish.
Yeah, and all this is tough to do. We're trying to factor in saving money for a tower redo.
Yes, sir.
So that's going to be like a $2.1 million project altogether, which we'll have a percentage that we're
Which-
responsible for.
Which
So
our part will be about $750,000. $750,000. Last year we put $150,000 aside. This year we're
upping
increasing that to try to put us at our target when they're getting ready next.
because it's going to happen
next
sooner than we may have calculated previously.
winter of 28, I think is
Right,
when
so-
they're planning on that. It's on their radar for winter of 28, and we've already postponed it twice.
Yeah.
So
So,
last thing we want to do is postpone maintenance on our water tower. 'Cause
Mhm.
that's-
so if we save and earmark money for that now,
Mhm.
then we won't have to take that from a future budget at a much higher rate.
Right.
Then we're not playing, and we could continue to see a turn down in valuations. We don't know when or if that'll come back up.
So with this budget, we'll still be at just under 9 months of reserve. So if there is complete catastrophe and chaos, we'll be able to operate for almost 9 months. And that should be plenty to have us come up with some kind of funding plan to get the district going. 9 months is a pretty healthy reserve. So I think that'll give us plenty of, flexibility in our budgeting. So.
Yeah, and also to answer your question, Jessica, as far as the taxes going down, even though it sounds like it's not a lot, homes' values are going down, so that's going to naturally lower their taxes also. So, I guess that's one upside of home values going down.
I mean, that's for people who haven't, who are fully caught up with previous tax increases.
Right.
If it's the 10% cap, some people are still catching up.
Yeah.
And they may not catch a break. So, but I like to think we're doing our part by lowering the tax rate, even though it's not a lot and not as big as previous years. We're trying to be responsible with the taxpayers' money.
So, fun fact, in doing the truth and taxation documentation that we have to do when we, approve our tax rate and our budget and stuff, there's a 3.5% cap that we can increase by a max of 3.5%.
Without voter approval.
Correct. So we, doing those calculations, technically we could be at almost 22 cents tax rate and still not have to do the voter approval and stuff. So we're at a good, we're below the mark, so we're doing pretty good on that end. But yeah, next year we'll have to have a pretty good conversation about lowering taxes, because we're getting to that point that we still need to function with maintenance, and we're just an aging district. So
We're kind of, even if you look over the course of the past 5 years and the way taxes have gone, we're kind of hitting that asymptotic level of there's just not much lower we really can go.
right.
And there's really nothing else out there that's going to say, okay, you only have to pay 17 cents per $100 evaluation.
Mhm.
There's nowhere else out there you could get that.
We, as far as water rates and tax rates, super competitive. We're doing really well. From a tax perspective, it's a good place to, if you're looking for a home, it's a great place. You
It's
got
a
18-cent tax.
good place to live.
I agree. If I can find a single-story home,
Y'all may have a couple new neighbors if we just find the right spot.
yeah, we've been discussing that.
Thanks to the good management we've had for the last over a decade, we're in a good position. We have enough money to have spare parts for when we need them, to not have to overspend in emergencies, but also to be responsible and recognize that we've benefited from increasing valuations over the years, and we can cut back our tax rate to take advantage of that, but still fund everything we need to fund, and not be hurting and not have to float bonds to just fund regular operations.
Right.
And we're dedicated to continue doing that. And the budget committee thinks this budget, is, goes right along with those lines. This was a year where we were looking at maybe not dropping the tax rate, but we think we can still get it done, and that's what we're proposing with this budget tonight.
I don't want to be the negative nanny here, but the last few years in this proposed budget, capital projects have pulled from the capital savings, capital fund, that's what it's there for, understood. But we continue to pull from it a couple of years running here, assuming this proposed budget as well. But my only concern is if we keep pulling from it, it's not going to be there anymore if we're never contributing back to it. Not saying necessarily this is the year that we want to stop pulling from it and instead look at maintaining the rate, or maybe taking it up a little bit to, instead of pulling from the capital savings fund for the proposed projects. But sometime we need to start looking at that, and maybe it's not this year, but if not, maybe next year. So that's just something I want to make sure the board is giving consideration as we go to take this to vote.
I think that's a great point, and that's something we need to consider all the time, because we're always going to have capital projects that we need to do, and a lot of it at this point is going to be maintaining what we have. We spent a lot of money on parks this year to maintain what we have and to keep it up to a degree that makes our neighborhoods desirable neighborhoods with desirable parks. So that's a valid concern. this budget committee takes that seriously.
Yeah, we do. The committee definitely takes that seriously. And as far as the capital reserves, as far as putting the money in there, one of the conversations we had in the meeting was, what do we need? What do we want and stuff like that. We just got the car cover. We've got stuff. There really wasn't much new that was going to be needed or really wanted in the near future. And the majority of the capital outlay that is going to be spent this year is putting into that fund for the water tower. That was also a concern of mine, Rich, in that, there's going to be a time when that account goes dry. But also at the same time, we also looked at the current budget year. The current budget year is somewhere in the neighborhood of about 800,000 surplus. So where it seems like we're pulling from that fund, it's kind of balancing itself out.
We
But
have been feeding into it.
yes, exactly.
And just another point in this whole thing is a good healthy mud usually would have a reserve about 3 to 6 months. Right now we're running pretty close to 9 months. So on that end, if there is something really terrible, we have that, 2 to 3 month buffer that just, that ace in the hole kind of thing.
Director Barnes, thanks for a clarification.
All right. Do I have a motion to approve the proposed budget and tax rate?
Motion to approve the budget tax rate?
Motion by Director Stemko,
I'll
And
second that.
just- Go ahead. You got
Oh,
the second.
I was going to second that.
second,
Okay.
motion seconded by Director Hort.
My question is, do the tax rate and the budget need to be two separate motions?
Yes.
Okay. So do you want to separate those motions? Because the tax rate and the budget have to be separate motions.
Okay. I vote to approve the new 0.78, lower.
No, I'm sorry. I may have lost track. So right now, I just need a vote on the budget.
On the
So
budget.
Tax
Okay,
rate
on the
stuff
budget.
is not related for
Okay.
this immediate vote.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the budget presented by the budget committee.
Okay, but amended motion by Director Stemko.
And I'll hold my second on the, to approve the motion for the proposed budget.
So there is a second?
Second, yes.
Okay, second by Director Hort. Any further discussion? All right, thank you, Budget Committee.
Thank you, budget committee.
All in favor? Motion carries 4-0. Budget is approved.
Now we get to talk about taxes.
Okay, now we get to talk about taxes. District tax rate. We have, in our budget, we proposed, was it 0.178
.178.
tax rate?
If I may, actually, that's a rounding error. What
Okay.
we agreed to at Budget Committee was 0.1775.
Okay.
So,
I beg your pardon. Thank you for the correction.
yeah, it's just a rounding error on the
From,
that cell.
from 0.18, we proposed to lower to 0.1775.
You didn't have your Excel cell fit right.
Yes, sir. But I knew the number.
So that's the proposed tax rate. What we need to do now is pass a motion to call a public hearing on the proposed tax rate. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That's right. And what we generally do is, this one we can do in one motion, but it does have to be a roll call vote on the proposed tax rate. So we'll still roll it all into one motion. But again, we'll just need to do a roll call vote, and there'll be.
Director by director? Is that-
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so once you're ready for that, then you'll just call the roll one by one.
Is that new?
No, sir. Been around a long time. It's in your minutes every year.
Okay.
Oh,
So we need a motion to have a roll call vote?
No, sir.
Okay.
So the motion would be to adopt a proposed tax rate, emphasis on the proposed, adopt a proposed tax rate of the 0.1775 to call a public hearing on the proposed tax rate for your next board meeting scheduled for September.
15.
Oh, we're gonna stay
Double check
the
that.
second one, moving to the third.
15.
Yep. I think we're going back to the 4th.
Yeah,
Are we
gonna
going
go
back to the 4th? Okay.
Yeah, we'll go back to the 4th.
Where's that put us on?
Where's the calendar?
22nd is what I got.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry, let me start over again. Motion B to propose the approved tax rate of 0.1775, to call a public hearing on the proposed tax rate. The public hearing to be held on September 22nd, 2026 during the board's regular meeting, start at 6 p.m. And last but not least, to authorize publication of the notice of the public hearing on the proposed tax rate in a newspaper of general circulation within the district.
So moved by Sabatino. Do I have a second?
Second. Go ahead, Kevin.
Director Barnes gets the second. Any further discussion? All right, seeing none, let's have the vote. All in favor?
We did-
You'll have to do
it's
it
gotta
one
be a
by
Oh,
roll
one.
I'm sorry.
call.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Roll call vote. Director Horton.
Yay.
Director Stemko.
Yay.
Yay for me. Director Barnes.
Yay.
Okay. Sorry, I'd already forgotten.
It happens. It happens.
Okay.
Motion passes unanimously, Mr. President.
All right, good. Thank you, everyone. Much appreciated. Much appreciated from the Budget Committee. General Manager's report and operations report. Gentlemen, what do you have for us this evening?
A whole lot of drama.
And bubble gum, but you're all out of bubble gum.
And bubble gum. So we actually just purchased a case of popcorn too. So no, it's interesting month with budget, tax, all this stuff. We've been keeping pretty busy. Truth and taxation was a form that I used to do for the district. It has since changed and grown in length and information required, but we got that through pretty good. So let's see what else. Solid waste collection contract. I think it's in the agenda just to discuss. We have a proposed contract. It's been sent off to Republic Services. So we have a meeting with them next week to try to finalize all the details. So at this point, I'm thinking tennis, it'll go back and forth probably a couple times, but I think we're pretty close to having a final contract and get that ready for September 1st, October 1st, and just have them continue doing the service for us. If the board would like, I could probably have them here next meeting to just come say hello, and if you have any questions for them or anything like that, I'd be happy to reach out to them, and if you got any questions for them, that we can do that. Also in the agenda, there's a spot about the city of Round Rock. They had a billing issue. I think we spoke about it last month. They came back and gave us a 15% reduction on that bill. So Mr. Evans and I had a conversation about that, and they said that they're in full. They can charge us the full amount and not back down. It went through the meter, so it was in their right that they could charge us for it. So in good faith, Round Rock and in Fern Bluff Mud, we sat down, we discussed it, we went back and forth, and they came back with a 15% reduction. Wish it would have been more, but we were totally grateful that they were just willing to work with us on that. So that worked out pretty good. So instead of $27,000, it'll be 15% less than that. So
Wow.
Good thing we had that coupon.
yeah, yeah. And it was a lot more than zero. So
Good work.
that was a good thing. So
Outstanding.
let's see what else. Adjustment billing, and that's pretty much all I have. Like I said, the CapEx items, the biggest thing was the water tower. I just, I don't want us to get to budget year where they do start doing the water tower, and we're going to be negative by $250,000 or something like that. So we started slow, but now that meters are out of the way, we've got that program in progress. We have the meters, we have the radios, so that's a project we've been working on since 2016, I believe. And radios have gone through several iterations. They've gotten better. The communication system's gotten better. So, they laugh because it's like, man, we've been dealing with this since 2016, and in 2026 you're just now, starting the project. But it's like, hey, we have the better equipment, we have the better radios. So it was well worth the wait to have the better equipment in place. So. But other than that, I'll pass it on to Jeremiah for operations.
All right, let's hear it, Mr. Operator.
All right. So, always good to finish off with the meters, and I'm start right there. Starting to install some antennas or the radios for our master meters. They're working on giving us a platform and their own that we can access, so we can see them all. It's not going to be as part of the billing, but something we can use like a SCADA to track our usages. So that part's not ready, but the meters are installed and ready for us to start gathering some data and have another access tool for us to watch, all of our uses as it's going out, like real time data on them. So hopefully I'll have something I can show you guys or print out of or something next meeting, once they get our page all built. So they're building our page for us kind of the way I want it. So that's pretty neat. Jockey pump. I know we've mentioned it a few times over the past month. We've got a little jockey that we're running to try to relieve our big pumps from as many start times. So it is in, it's running, and doing a great job, doing just as well as we expected. So we have relieved our start time. When I actually put these numbers in, about 275 total to about 150, it's even lower now. I mean, we're less than 100 some days of our starts on our big pumps. So this little jockey it's running continuously 24/7 in the background. Just
If I may interject, it sounds kind of cool on paper, but from an operational aspect, that is spectacular. It kind of gave me chills when I started seeing those numbers. We're getting 40. I think this morning was 40 starts per pump. This time last summer, it was about 168 starts per pump. So huge difference. I mean, we should be seeing some electrical, because those pumps, when they start, they're big pumps and the inrush.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one pump just running 24/7. I'm kudos to operations. I mean, Jeremiah did a great job on that. So.
And I was going to say the same thing. Hector and I, we got to cook this one up together and purchase it together, installed it. Everything is not contracted, no overpay. We're taking care of it in house. Using
No
an opportunity
engineering.
to teach our guys too. So they're getting some water and some wiring and getting to see a little bit of it building ground up. I mean, we even poured the little concrete slab for it, and so it's pretty neat that we were able to do the project completely in house. So and it's working great. So if it wasn't working great, I wouldn't have heard about it.
Word.
It's working really well though, so we're happy with that. It's still installing radios and meters. It's it's kind of slow a little bit. I eventually want to, again, like I said, give you all some regular numbers, but with this chlorine rinse or conversion that we're doing, a lot of the focus for our guys now is just getting all the water exchanged, all the water changed out, every hydrant flushed. Get this, make use of this tool best we can, because converting it over does help burn out a lot of the bioorganics that might be on the lines. Not that it is bad, but if there is, it'll cook it all out. So let's see. Oh, and we are in free chlorine now, so we are completely getting
We're in what?
free chlorine. So we're no longer on a monochloramine. So we kind of combined in the beginning, and here in a few weeks we'll start that process of going back, and then they'll be blended again. The blending is the part that gets the the most of the taste and the odor. Once you go full in and it's converted, you get a lot less of the
Okay.
bad tasting water. So we won't see that again until September when we're flipping it back, and then we'll have the same opposite end of it going the other way. Driveway, our little driveway on Wyoming Springs is done, so we're gonna be working on clearing that area up, and hopefully getting a survey soon and be able to get some prices for fencing, and we'll bringing that to the table for you. Let's see, parks. Y'all might have noticed that in Olson we've had the parks guys doing their full run. A lot of those trees were getting down. Our mowers couldn't get around them. I guess the folks like some extra shade, but we did raise pretty much all of Olson and all the way through. They kind of did a little run and tidied up the whole district. So trimming trees is now complete. And just so you know, to the parks, we're going to be working on the two pavilions, or actually all the pavilions, Fern Bluff, Brightwater, and Olson Meadows. We piloted Brightwater to see what the power washing would do on the green metal roof. One, because we eventually want to do the community center, so we were trying to see how well that would work as far as brightening up the metal. So the pilot over on Brightwater worked great. They did some staining, power washed it, and Hector and I were watching it on the screen, and it was night and day how much brighter the color popping out of the metal. So I think by the time we're ready to do the community center, power washing hopefully is all we'll have to do. So that's about all I have for operations.
All right. Let's see. Let's jump into some committee stuff. We've already done budget. Roads committee.
Other than the city of Round Rock being on track to finish during the fall with the Wyoming Springs extension, that's about all we have.
All right. District Community Center Committee. Anything to report? No.
We had to replace an amplifier for the base modules in the canyon room. But again, that was another thing. We didn't have to call a contractor out. We found out who their vendor is and went straight to the vendor and just got a replacement for that. So another cost cutting effort on staff's behalf.
And they're working well too. It actually took some modifying the sound a little bit on the first little party we had, because we didn't realize it was out for a while.
Can we turn our sound up to 11 now?
Yeah, it's
All right. Director Horton, do we have anything for the de-restriction
I
committee?
don't have anything to report.
All right. Director Barnes, Security Committee, anything to report?
Nothing to report.
Director Smith is not here. He usually gives a Communications Committee update. Is there anything?
Yeah, you did want to let the board know that the newsletter was sent out August 5th. So that was good. He provides us information. We massage it and add a little to it, and some good teamwork on that.
Yeah, that's always good teamwork and a good product there. That's great. Okay. Mr. Attorney, ongoing litigation. Anything to report?
No updates, Mr. President.
All quiet on the litigation front.
Yes, sir.
Next meeting date, it will not be September 15th. Let me see what we said.
22nd, I think.
Yes, sir.
September 22nd. Anyone have any issues that they know of? No? We'll get back on track for the fourth Tuesday. Future agenda items. Now's your time to get them in. Any submissions?
Going back to item 15, the next meeting date, I think that typo is my fault, not Mr. Evans. So just wanted to clarify that.
I appreciate
We went back and
owning
forth
it.
and that. So
I think the only future agenda item is the tax hearing, right?
That's right. We will have the tax hearing and adoption of actual adoption of a tax rate. So those will be on there.
After we close the public hearing.
Yes, sir.
I've already received the paperwork for audit engagement, so if we want to tackle that next meeting, we can get our auditor.
Signed for the next one.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
I have a motion to adjourn from Director Barnes.
I'll second that.
Second by Director Horton. Too slow. All in favor? The motion carries 4-0. The time is 6:43. This meeting of the Fern Bluff Mud Board of Directors is
Wow.
adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
What time did we start? 6:00.
6:08. It's not bad.